Hello, 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 hello.
We're live.
We're live.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday. Thank you guys for tuning into the Dating and Heels show. Do we have a show for you today? I'm Jen Hecht.
And I'm Eve Monica.
And we have the brilliant and talented Chef Mike Cordero on the show today.
Thank you.
Super pumped.
Yeah.
And he's going to teach us some date night recipes.
That's what I'm here for. I think, having dating these days, you got to step up your game. And I feel like, making a romantic dinner at home, maybe a 3-course meal by, the whole A to Z. I'm going to walk you through it, and this is going to be one of the, I think this is a good instrumental tool to getting people to come home to a romantic date versus going to a restaurant. I know everybody loves going to, I want you to come to my restaurant, but what I'm saying is you could do it at home also, and I'm going to show you a very, very simple way to make an appetizer from the main course to dessert.
I really think that that's key, because when you know that there's like a special meal prepared for you at home, it does make you want to go home, right? You said it makes you want to come home.
And especially if you're just like on the first time dating and you want to show off some culinary skills, I'm going to teach you that today.
Yes. Men love women that cook, and women love men that cook.
Yes.
You know that.
Definitely.
Right?
I think it's more,
Definitely.
that's how I got my girlfriend.
Yeah. Women love a man that cooks.
She loves the way I cook, and she.
Exactly.
So that was one of the tools. I don't think it's because
Come on,
old,
guys.
short, little, but my cooking did the job.
Well, would it make sense, because now that it's getting colder, cuffing season is upon us, that you want to be able to have some new ideas to create that nice romantic dinner indoors.
Definitely. So, I feel, we have a table here, and we set it off. So I think, it starts from setting the table all the way to, dessert. And I feel like a lot of people miss out because when they set the table, they're using paper napkins versus, using a linen napkin, having the underliner. I mean, just showing that, you took time and effort to put this whole thing together. And I think that sets the tone for the night.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Use another one of our keywords. Effort.
Effort.
Make an effort.
Make an effort, right? Well,
Yeah.
you definitely have to make an effort. And I didn't set the table with any candles or flowers, but I mean, my choice, my go-to choice for maybe a romantic evening would be candles. And, have that dim music in the background, and you know what? If you missed out a little bit on the ingredients and the appetizer, who cares? Look at the table. It's amazing.
It sets the tone.
Yes,
of the
and
evening.
Mike knows about it because he's a Libra, and Libras know how to create like romance. They're known to be romantic.
I'm always balanced. So.
Yeah, like candlelight, music, ambiance, wine, Cordero wine, preferably.
Yeah, let's talk about Cordero wine. Here, let's move in here a little bit so Instagram can see us too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here we are, and I definitely started Cordero wine about a year and a half now ago, and it's been going well. I'm a wine lover. I like to drink wine, and owning all these restaurants, I always said, why not? Why not dabble into the wine business? And so far so good. I haven't really focused on it 1,000% like I should, because I keep on opening restaurants, and all these menu changes sometimes just takes away my time from focusing on the wine. But the wine is from California, okay? It's from Kent Vineyards, and they grow the grapes there, okay, and bottle it under our label, which is Cordero. If you notice, I wanted to kind of keep it local. So the whole label behind this, I wanted to have like something farm to the table. So if you notice this, because I'm a chef, so table wine, farm to table. So basically what I have done, an artist has taken kind of the farm area and took the city area, and if you look really closely, that's Roslyn.
Oh,
That's Arlington.
Oh, wow.
And this is the little bridge on the Memorial Bridge.
I love Memorial Bridge. That's my favorite one.
So here we are. We put that in there and stuff. Yeah. So hopefully some people get to try it already, and I'm sure a lot of people. We've got nothing but great feedback and this wine. The grapes are from Monterey. How do you call it? harvest them, and then we put them, age it in French oak barrels for 14 months, and into the bottle. And voila, we have a great Pinot Noir table wine. I recommend Pinot Noir for everything because it can go with fish, it can go with meat, it can go basically with everything. I feel like, you know, people really, really like the red wine. My choice is Pinot Noir.
That's your number one red.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, this one. And so sooner or later, and my goal is that the code in the back, so the scanner code in the back, what I want them to do is scan it and all my recipes pop up. It'll take you to my website and it'll make you recipes with, you know, using the Pinot Noir or the Sauvignon
I love
Blanc
that. That's
or the
brilliant.
Chardonnay. So that's next in line.
Next in queue.
Yeah.
Next in queue.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of ideas in here. A lot.
Yeah, so, you know, that's one of them. And, yeah, I mean, I've always been in the restaurant, so why not serve my own wine?
Yeah, exactly. And where can they get the wine?
So right now, they're in my restaurants. Also, they're in some wine shops in Manassas that the gentleman was nice enough to have it in there. Like I said, I haven't focused on it 1,000% yet, but this year, by the time I get done with 2019, I'll definitely be in a lot of the restaurants.
Great.
Yeah.
We can't wait to. Okay, so now we're gonna take you down into the kitchen.
The test kitchen,
Woo!
yeah.
The test
Where
kitchen.
things are gonna happen down there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of magic is gonna happen down there.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna head on over. So we're gonna grab you. You're gonna
Join us.
join us.
Okay, great. Follow
Do you want me to grab? Go ahead.
All right. Hi. Hello. I want to flip it. I am fine. There we go. All right, we are going down. We're gonna follow Mike and some football.
So we're live at the GOAT, and our kitchen is actually in the basement. When we took over this place, it was Hard Times. And Hard Times was using this whole basement as storage. So I decided to say, you know what? I'm going to utilize the whole entire space, and I'm going to make a kitchen out here. So we have our kitchen, and this is where the magic happens. And what I want to do is I'm going to start you guys off with some delicious appetizers. I feel like, you know, a lot of people lay into the meat, and I'm going to lay into the seafood today. And I feel that if you're cooking for your woman, and basically maybe for even the first time, I think by having that light meal and keeping it nice and fresh and using seafood is the way to go.
I agree, because if you eat a heavy meal, you're not in the mood for intimacy. You're in the mood to go to sleep.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, you eat one of those pork chops, or you're eating a ribeye steak.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
You're right.
And that's when
Exactly.
you're right.
Yeah.
And after a bottle of wine, you say, well, you know what? Meet me in the couch, and I'll be like, okay. So we're gonna start off with one dish. I think that you can make this at home, and I feel that it's so fancy and exotic. People think, you know, you went to France and learned how to make this dish. So come and follow me over here. So today we're gonna use tuna. Okay, I prefer sushi grade tuna. This is a fatty tuna. Okay,
And where can we buy a sushi grade
okay,
tuna?
so I recommend more high end. I mean, everybody has it from Harris Teeter to Giant, but I feel that if you go to a more high end like Wegman or Whole Foods, they have more of a fresh and a more of an exotic selection.
Okay.
So you want to get the sushi grade. Okay, so basically what I have done here, okay, is make a ponzu sauce. And a lot of people may not know what ponzu sauce, but it's a very simple sauce that you can make at home, okay, by using soy sauce, by using lemons, and a little bit of fresh ginger, okay? So basically what I'm gonna do is just put in the soy sauce here, okay? I have a little bit in here already. Okay, we're gonna squeeze a lemon, try not to put the pits in there. And then we're gonna use this microplane, okay, and kind of just get the ginger in there. Okay. And I like to spice up all my food using salt, pepper. Here's all the the ginger, the fresh ginger. And this is gonna be fantastic. Let me go ahead and get a little whip here and whip this around. Fresh, delicious, put your finger in there.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks
great.
good.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour a little bit on the tuna. Pour a little bit in there, okay? And we're just gonna mix it up. Not too much because you don't want it to change colors, okay? And I use some sesame seed, white and black, just to give it a little bit of presentation, okay? You can get the white sesame and black in any supermarket, okay? So it's real toss. It's almost like making kind of like a ceviche, but Asian style. Okay, now you need a mold, so you can get this mold in, you know, Solar Table or Williams Sonoma. I mean, it's good to have because if you want to really show off, you know, what you can do as far as cooking like a chef, this would be very helpful. So what I do, I take it in the middle of the plate. So we're going to use 3 ingredients. I got some nice fresh sweet mango. We're going to have some fresh avocados along with the tuna. So we're going to do a layer all the way up to the top, and this is going to be really, really nice the way it's going to come out. So let's go ahead and start. So we're going to put the avocado in here first. So I like to do it there. Now you can use the bottom of anything, maybe, you know, if you have a soy sauce bottle and everything, you can just use that and kind of just like smash it down as much as you can there. Get it in there. Okay. Then we're going to put a little bit of the mango. And what we're doing is just layering it, but we're going to have an unbelievable presentation. We feel like we went to Asia to learn how to cook this one. Okay. So here we are. And the last is the star of the dish, which is the tuna. So we're going to go ahead and stick the tuna in there. Okay. Now, you don't need too much sauce and you don't need too much flavor because you have it in the sweet mango. You want the fresh avocado to come out, and you really don't want to drown the tuna in sauce. There you go. Okay. So be very careful when you take it out. So kind of like you just slip it up. Okay. There you go.
That looks so good.
It's delicious.
Yeah, a little piece of it. Now, you can buy some seaweed and you can make some shredded potatoes. These are kind of like shoestring potatoes, just like you would buy French fry shoestring potato, but these are sweet potatoes.
Oh.
So what I like to do, I like to take a little bit of the seaweed, stick it in the middle. Okay. I like to take a little bit of sweet potato, put it just like this.
Wow.
And there
Oh,
is a
beautiful.
little star dish that you can do, and then you can decorate it with whatever you want. One of our dishes that we're going to make next is going to be a fennel dish. So, if you have fennel, or even if you have a little bit of the little microgreens here, you can kind of just put it around here.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
And that was really fast to make too. It doesn't
Yeah.
take a lot of time
Exactly,
too. You know?
And it looks so-
Exactly. And if you don't want to make the ponzu sauce, you can buy it. So you can buy store bought, but it's so simple. You're using ginger, soy sauce, a little lemon, and soy sauce. So basically, this is the dish that we're gonna showcase here. There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
Easy
Now we
peasy.
have another dish for those of women and ladies that know how to cook a little better. And I'm going to bring it to this area over here, using the same dish as the tuna. Okay. So we're going to have tuna, but this time we're going to have it with ginger. We're going to do a different presentation and also totally different dish here. So what we want to do is first we're going to do an avocado puree. So if you have one of these strainers here, okay, just smash your avocado down through the strainer so you can try to get some type of puree without having there. Now, you can use, in chef school, they have a tabay, which, you put it there and it goes right into the dish. Don't forget to scrape off everything from the end that came out here. Okay. So beautiful avocado. We're gonna squeeze some lemon in here. Definitely some lemon. Okay. And I'm gonna salt and pepper this because this is not any soy sauce here. So we're gonna do a little salt and a little pepper. Okay. And this is going to be our avocado puree for this dish. Okay. Now, we're gonna leave that aside. This is the tuna that I have used, okay? And what I have done is cut it on the long way, kind of like a 1/4 inch thick, okay? I have taken my ginger that I had previously and I sliced it up very thin, and you can do this at home too because you just take it, the ginger, slice it up very thin, and this is a pickled ginger, so all you're doing is using sugar and vinegar to make this pickled ginger here, okay? And we're gonna use that in the show too. So now we're gonna make a little salad that complements this. So come this way over here, okay? I have a fennel, okay? I love fennel, especially it has that liquid taste to it and the smell. If you don't have a mandolin, no problem. You can cut this very thin. I have a mandolin here, so I just kind of slice it down, okay? And I'm using green granny apples to complement to offset a little bit of the fennel. So basically, take it there. Okay. So here's a bunch of pieces that I've already cut, but I'm going to show you. What you want to do is julienne this. So take your knife. Okay. You want to just kind of cut them very, very thin. You want everything to be very, very thin. Okay. I know a lot of people don't like using sharp knives, but if you put 3 fingers down, just like this, you'll never be able to cut yourself. Kind of like the salt bay. He's looking away while he's cutting the meat. Well, he has 3 fingers down. That's what he does. Okay. So we're going to take this little apple here, but I already prepped some up here. Okay. And so we have a little bit of the apple, the fennel, and then I put in these little persil lettuce that you can get anywhere. I just use it just for decoration more than taste. Okay. So we're going to put this aside. Okay. And we're going to make our dressing for our fennel and apple. Okay, so this is a yellow pepper. Okay, it is very popular in Peru. In Spanish, it's called ají amarillo. You can put as much as you want. You got to remember that it's spicy. Let me get that bottle. I think I have it around here actually. So if you guys want to use this yellow pepper, you can see that it's ají amarillo, red, yellow hot pepper.
I love that. I love hot
Okay.
peppers.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what
Spicy.
I'm using. It's store-bought. You know, I didn't make it myself. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start making the dressing. So we're gonna take an orange, squeeze it in there. Okay. Don't put those bits in there. Okay. We're gonna take a lemon, squeeze it in there. Fresh, that's what you want to know, fresh. And then I bought some sesame oil. I put a little dab in there. Okay. And here we're going to put a little salt and a little pepper. And we're going to mix this up.
A whisk.
Our whisk. Yeah. I left it behind. So here we go. We're going to whisk this away. Away. And this is going to be for our salad here. So we're going to pour this over. Okay.
Beautiful.
And we're going to mix this up. I'll mix it up with my hand. But this is another appetizer that you can make. And as you can see, it's really easy. It's not hard. You don't have to be a pro chef. I'm going to clear off a little bit. I know I'm a little bit messy, but I'm going to clean up.
Yes,
So
and you're
we're gonna
moving
take
quickly.
this- yeah,
It's good.
So we're going to take our plate. So now the tuna, you want to cut in the long way. Okay, I mean, I'm a chef, so I have all different knives and everything. So this is kind of a sushi grade knife. You want to take it and cut it long, diagonal. Okay, you want to have it like that. So So basically, this is what you're looking for. Okay. What I have done is take a little bit of the fresh ginger. Okay. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna roll it up. So this is rolling it up like this. Roll up this one. And I don't know. I think 3 pieces would be perfect for the dish.
It smells so good.
Okay,
I know.
so now we're gonna take our avocado, and what we want to do is take it like this, and just plop it in there. Okay, so this is our avocado puree. This is a little spatula, but you can do it with, you can basically do it with any knife.
Oh.
Okay. Just do it like this. Alright. So I did it in the corner of a plate for me. So we can take these. I'm going to drop them here. We're going to put our fennel salad. And then I like to decorate it with a little bit of microgreens and maybe some thin radishes just to give it a little crisp to it.
Yeah.
So, and remember that ponzu sauce we made? Well, I like
Yes.
to use that too. Okay, and then I just kind of like put it over here a little bit, just for there. Okay.
It does smell good.
It smells so good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna add these little radishes in between, just to give it a little more color. And there you go.
Oh, gorgeous.
It's amazing.
Wow.
All right, now that everybody's hungry,
Yep.
Yes. Everyone's hungry. Concentrating very hard.
we're actually gonna put these 2 dishes aside.
Okay.
Because, and we're gonna move over to the entree. Here are our 2 appetizers.
Oh, they're
okay?
beautiful.
They are beautiful.
For some dishes, I like to use a white plate just to showcase the food a lot more. But in a lot of my restaurants, we do have different color plates, sort of like this green, kind of brown, and we use these butcher block that kind of showcases a lot of the food here.
Yeah.
So we're going to move over to our cooking area. So,
This is a great way to spoil,
Okay,
someone
so-
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
everybody needs
Feels
to
very
have a
special.
cast iron.
Cast
Okay.
iron. Okay.
Definitely cast iron. You can do a lot of amazing things in a cast iron. I mean, this thing was been around for 200 years. I do a lot of my fish presentation, fish cooking here. I even kind of pans here the ribeye steaks and fillet comes out amazing here. So we're gonna let the water boil up. My assistant was supposed to let that happen, but he didn't. So,
Okay.
so we're gonna use an Atlantic salmon. I like to use the skin
Yes.
on the salmon, and a lot of people take the skin off because they feel they get disgusted by the skin, but they don't know that the skin gives the fish moisture, and that's what you want. You want your fish to come out nice and moist. A lot of people, I feel a lot of people don't like to cook the fish because they overcook it, and when you overcook fish, it turns into I feel like you're eating chewing gum.
Yeah.
So this is what you want. You want to score the fish, okay? This way the skin doesn't flip up, so you're gonna.
Oh, that's
have
a good
this
tip.
thing- Yeah.
Didn't know
You're-
that.
You're gonna have this flipping up,
Okay.
So we want our pan to get really, really hot because we're gonna cook skin side down. This dish will take about 5 minutes, but while the salmon is cooking, we're gonna make the appetizers. Dessert, so we can get ahead of the ball game.
Okay.
And then, so
Like that.
We're gonna go ahead and get this, let the pan cook up. But just to give you some of the ingredients that we'll be using. So we'll be cooking the salmon off. We're gonna use a brandy. While we take the salmon out to make the sauce. The sauce is going to be shiitake mushroom. We're going to have a little Italian bacon, peas, and a little bit of vegetable stock here, and we're gonna make the sauce for the salmon. But the main thing is to have the salmon hot. A lot of people do not leave their frying pan hot. I mean, when my girlfriend is cooking an egg, she puts it in a cold frying pan and she wonders why it's thick. It has to be piping hot. The dish has to be hot, anything. So when we're cooking down here, basically all the frying pans are preheated, so this way the food will even taste much better. People don't realize it, but the food does taste a lot better. So let's move up. While this is getting really hot, let's move over here. Okay, there are 2 appetizers. Okay, and so this is what we have here. Okay, so our dessert is going to be fresh berries. And what better way to make the fresh berries, you know, and make it not only healthy, but it's light. It's a light dish. So I already washed down the berries. Okay, so I'm using the raspberry. I'm using a little bit of the red berries and strawberries. Okay, we gotta even that out. There you go. Okay. So what I'm gonna make for the guest is going to be a very simple. It's called zabayon. Zabayon is very popular in Italy. Okay, so we went from Asia, we're going to Italy. What I'm using is Marsala wine and Grand Marnier. So by then, if the bottle of wine hasn't got a drunk or he, okay. So we have egg yolk. Make sure only the egg yolk, not the white. Okay, we're gonna put sugar in it. Okay, how much sugar? I don't know. That's why I'm not a baker. I hate to measure. Okay, so we're gonna put the Grand Marnier in here. Okay, and we're gonna put the Marsala. And this
And
is
where do you
going
get
to
the
be-
Marsala from?
Marsala you can buy anywhere. Everybody has it. Giant. Just make sure that you buy the dry one, not the sweet one.
Okay.
Because you're already putting sugar in here and everything. So come with me, and we're gonna beat this down. Okay. So we do have our dish that's already hot. So you want to put this under like a double boil water. So you put it in here. Okay. And you start whisking away. Okay. You want to keep on whisking until the mixture gets a little bit creamy. You don't want to cook the eggs. That's why we can use direct heat on the eggs. Okay. So this is getting thicker already.
Is this gonna be like a custard?
Yes.
Ooh, yay!
There.
Like flan.
Berries, my favorite.
Exactly. I like it. So how long does it usually take
All right, so
take
here
to
you go.
whisk? Okay.
This
so
is what
that's
you
quick.
want, this consistency, okay? Now, this is very concentrated, so we're gonna go ahead and mix it with whipped cream, but we're gonna get back to the salmon because that's what we're gonna do next.
Well, it smells so good.
So good.
Let's leave this here
Okay.
and let it cool down, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna get to the salmon dish. Okay. So we finally got a hot dish here, so we're gonna put it face down. You wanna hear that sugar?
Ah.
Okay. While it's there, it's all got it here. Guys, can I get a spoon? Spoon. No. Okay. So people wonder how the salmon cooked. Do you actually see? Look at the salmon being cooked. You see how it's creeping up?
Yeah.
Okay, so when it creeps up 3/4 of the way, you want to turn it. But you want that skin to be crispy. The skin right now is protecting the salmon, and this is going to be a great, fantastic dish when it comes out. Okay, I don't use a lot of oil. A lot of people use olive oil. You know, olive oil can't stand the high heat, so why use olive oil? I would rather use a vegetable oil to fry stuff rather than use olive oil. Use your olive oil to do salads and to top off the dish or anything like that. Okay, so.
That's a good idea.
Alright, so while this is cooking, we're going to need this pan to fry up all this and make a delicious sauce. So there we go. Also, while we're talking about let that cook, actually get it down a little bit. Mashed potatoes. So we're going to serve a creamy mashed potato that I already prepped up. And I feel that a lot of people mistaken with the mashed potato. There's a few tricks and secrets in making a creamy mashed potato. First, you got to get a Yukon potato, so a yellow Yukon potato. Another thing is that people tend to, when they cut it, you got to cut it evenly. So basically, all the dices have to be the same size because this way it will evenly cook, and this way it's not going to have, one lump that's, big and one that's small. Okay. Second, when the potatoes are cooked, you gotta have this little gimmick. This little attachment is called a potato ricer. And what it does is when you put the potatoes in here, these are cold, but when you put these potatoes in here and you squeeze them out, and you do this is kind of the consistency you want to have to make the mashed potatoes so creamy. And this is going to be something that you should have, and your people are going to be amazed when you buy the potato rice and you make mashed potatoes for the first time. Because I go to a lot of house parties and I get the mashed potatoes and they're all clumped up, and this is one of the reasons why I feel like they should use. You can sit there and mash away, mash away, but look how easy this was to cook the potato rice. And it's easy to clean. You can just take it apart, take it apart, and there you go. Okay? All right. Now, when you have that, okay, you want to use milk and butter. Nothing is going to be cold. Everything has to be warm. The salmon cooking. So the salmon is at a point where we got to turn. Okay? Look at that. And the skin is crispy.
I know it smells so good.
You can actually hear it. So, just want to cook a little more. Got away from the pot. In about a few minutes, this dish is done. We're going to warm up the asparagus. Okay. I think a lot of people make the asparagus. What they do is they boil them, then they saute them. This asparagus were cooked straight with olive oil, and that's it. Okay. So, our salmon is just about done.
And how long do you cook the asparagus?
The asparagus until it's al dente, okay? So basically, you can kind of take one out and just take a bite of it, and you're going to see that it's actually a good, a good size of the dish. So what we're going to do here, we're going to use this plate. We're going to take our salmon out. I like my salmon medium. I don't like it fully cooked.
Me
So
too.
I'm going to let these salmon rest. Okay? We have the asparagus.
How long do you have to let the salmon rest?
The salmon?
5 minutes?
No, yeah, I would say a couple minutes. I mean, you can let it rest for 5 minutes if you want, but if you're going to use some type of sauce, then it's great because you're going to do it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use some of this goodness that we have now. Okay. So I'm going to render off this little pancetta Italian bacon. Okay. So, and I'm using the same pan. The same pan, the same oil, the same everything. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we're going to make a sauce out of this for the fish. Okay, so we're going to let this cook down. Okay. Asparagus are done, and we'll preheat it a while ago. Our mashed potato is done, our salmon. So we're going to go to plating, and we need to make the sauce. Take this off. Okay. So I know one of the questions you asked me was, how did I become a chef?
Yeah.
Not by choice. I grew up 2 blocks from Yankee Stadium, poor side of the South Bronx, and I had to start working at an early age. Actually, I was shining shoes at the age of 9 for 25 cents on the corner.
Oh.
Okay. From there, I was able to secure a job in a snack bar at the age of 11, just because, you know, they let me work at nighttime. And then I was able to learn to work in a pizza place, and that's, I think, where the passion came, where I started making the dough and basically everything, because, you know, there was the owner, you know, God, you're only 13 years old, and he said to me, well, I let you work if you come at nighttime. And I said, why at night? He said, because nobody's looking. Okay, so I was going to school, working all these hours, and this is how I became a chef.
Wow,
that's
I ended
awesome.
up landing a line cook at the famous Sari's in New York City.
Yeah.
And that's where my culinary career took off. Basically working with a lot of famous chefs. I went to Italy. I've been to South America just to study some of the dishes that I needed to be an expert on. So this is what I did. But people don't realize that wasn't my passion. My passion, and a lot of people don't know, is that I wanted to become a professional baseball player. And, I used to sleep, eat, and drink playing baseball, pretty much everywhere. I was able to make it to the minor leagues, but that wasn't enough. So what we did, we rendered the bacon off, and we're going to make the sauce now with the same oil, that same goodness. You don't want that to go to waste. So here we go. I'm going to put a little shiitake mushrooms, okay, and we're going to cook that up. Okay, we're going to put the bacon back in, but we want to get these mushrooms going. So yeah, baseball was my first passion. I was able to play minor league baseball for the Seattle Mariners.
That's awesome.
I was just in Seattle.
Excuse me?
I was just in Seattle,
Oh,
and the
okay.
Mariners were
Fantastic.
playing the Blue Jays.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish that was me. But yeah, and it just wasn't enough money at that time, and I had an injury to my left knee where I was catching a baseball in center field and kind of just blew up the knee, and I realized that they took me for my speed. I was only 160 pounds back then. I was like a chef weight now.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so that was it, and so you know, we did the baseball thing. I do have 3 kids, and they were all. We were a jock family. I mean, my kids play baseball and basketball. They both got to college to play college football, and I had a daughter that played field hockey, played soccer. So we were basically a family of jocks.
Yeah.
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 But you're still in great shape, though.
Yeah.
You work out.
I try to work out when I can. I don't know. It's just, I think like everybody looks at us and they look at the Corderos and they say, you Corderos like you're born built. So I just had a grandson and he has like pipes, you know. Guns, and everybody's like, you guys are born just as much. So while these are done, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top it off with a little of brandy sauce.
Oh, hello. Get that, Micah.
So that's basically what I want.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we have the mushrooms. Now we're gonna throw the bacon back in. Okay. We're gonna throw these little fresh English peas.
Oh, I love peas.
Yeah, me too.
We're gonna throw that in.
My kids not so much, but yeah.
Vegetable stock. This is going to be the sauce.
I know, me too, Annie.
And if that happens, when she's scared.
No, Annie's
Oh.
like, this is making me so hungry. I know. My stomach is eating my back.
I know. It's the worst when you have to smell it.
I know, because it's
Butter.
so good.
I don't care, you know, you're gonna have the little healthy, fatty.
I love butter.
I do too.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not either.
So, this is done.
My beef beef butter is
All right,
crazy.
so this is done. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go to plating.
Oh my God.
And we're gonna grab 2 nice looking plates. So,
Yeah, presentation.
we're gonna actually put it in very simple presentation that looks really elegant. Let me grab my spoon. First thing that's going to go down is the mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes down.
I think the plating is actually what really sets it apart, like makes it more romantic, right?
Yeah,
Than just like an
effort.
ordinary at-home dinner.
Exactly.
I feel that, the guy is already a winner.
Yeah,
Making a
he's,
dish like
he's
this.
yeah,
of
he's,
course
yeah,
he's
he's
a- yeah.
winning.
Asparagus,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
panty
this.
dropper.
Right, exactly.
Or even you ladies.
Yeah, that's true.
Boxer dropper.
Yeah, lobster drop.
The opposite way. Grab a little bit of our sauce here.
I mean, it smells so amazing. I can't even.
Then, if you want to finish the dishes off, right? We can go back to those little microgreens.
Yeah.
Kind of just give it a little color at the end.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
nice. That's a nice touch there.
Yeah.
And there you are.
Oh my
Salmon
God.
for
Wow.
two.
Magnificent.
This is unbelievable.
Wow, that's beautiful, Mike.
Looking
All
good.
right, we have our final and last dish, dessert.
And this entire meal didn't
Wow,
even
they were-
take that long.
No,
So-
it didn't.
They finished their appetizer, they finished their main course. Now we're gonna do a little dessert. They're on their second bottle of wine.
Cordero wine.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one's crying.
No, no crying.
So I'm gonna grab a little bit of whipped cream that I prepare. I like to use fresh whipped cream, and I whip this up myself. And you can either, just make sure you could use a double bowl, put an ice in here, and then basically just whip it up. This here is fully concentrated. So what I like to do, I like to fold a little bit of the whipped cream in here, and actually make it look taste even better. Okay, so here we are. Somebody got to stick their finger in this because this is amazing. You
Okay.
taste that?
I have.
You have to
okay.
taste.
I have long nails, otherwise I would. It's
No
messy.
problem.
Oh my
There you
God.
go. No
Oh
problem.
my God, that's so good.
I made a little mistake because I want to make sure that you get every bit of this.
Yes.
Let me grab a spoon here. Okay. So what we're going to do is put this on the side. I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom. A little bit on the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to go back with our fresh berries.
That looks fantastic.
Nothing beats like a refreshing dish at the end. It's not any carbs here. Basically, more heaven than anything.
I
Yeah,
love that. More heaven than anything.
I like that.
There you
'Cause that looks like heaven, right?
Yeah, it
there.
does. Do you have a Tupperware to go for that sauce?
go. Hey, I deliver. Okay, so look at a simple dish, right? You have a strawberry. You use the strawberries, so you can cut the end off, okay? And what you do is you cut them in very thin slices. You don't cut your finger, and just go like this. Now look at this. You spiral it like this. Put it on top.
Ooh.
See that?
I always wondered how they did that. Okay, I mean, this is some good cooking arsenals that we're
Yeah.
learning
and
right
this-
now.
And these are all simple dishes.
Sorry.
Dishes.
Yeah, you want to impress a date. I mean, hello.
Yeah. And if you really, really want to impress her, you hire me.
Yeah,
That's right.
But that's actually a really good point because if you're, special occasion
Yeah.
or
Yes,
people,
yes,
getting
yes,
engaged,
yes.
Yeah.
right?
But all kidding aside, these dishes are easy to make. I feel that having this 3-course meal
and just whipping up tuna, which I think like plain tuna safe. A lot of people like the tuna sashimi, like the flavor.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like salmon? Who doesn't like bacon? Who doesn't like mashed potatoes? So
I do.
made the dish.
Yeah.
What I try to do is I try to make American comfort food and elevate the dish. Just make it just a little higher. Maybe by the sauce, maybe by the presentation, maybe by the ingredients. But it's all about the ingredients, fresh ingredients, and execution. As you can see, this was the execution.
Yes.
It's fresh. It's fresh berries. It's fresh strawberries. It's fresh everything. So.
Wow.
Now, you ladies want to try?
Yes.
Well, we can
Yeah,
just
let's-
conversate and keep
Yeah,
going,
keep
or I
going.
can bring
Yeah.
some of the dishes up.
We could do that too, and then we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah.
We're gonna get ahead, and they're gonna bring it up. So
Okay.
let's go right up.
All right.
To,
You go so I can
okay,
get
yeah.
you walking.
Okay, great. Let's go. All right, guys. Back up to the dining room. You do get some of these. Okay, so here we are. We're at the go.
Woo!
And our table set. Oh my God.
Yeah, you were.
This Monday can actually be a romantic Monday. It's rainy, it's dreary. What are
Yeah.
you gonna do besides, stay home?
Yeah, exactly.
Go make it a nice dinner.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead. You guys,
Yeah, I'm gonna
you
flip.
ladies, maybe put it this way.
Yeah, there we go.
You guys can actually.
And then we can chat about our other questions too.
Sure.
Let's see how
So
we're doing.
maybe Jen
Yeah.
and Eve can sit on this way. That way the cameras will
Okay,
get
that's
you.
fine.
Okay.
So lighten up.
And can you
Hello.
bring,
Hey, Annie.
here's some of your lunch back there.
Okay.
Hey, Annie.
Huh? That's really bright. All right. So for those that don't know Chef Mike Cordero, just a little background on him. Has taken his culinary visions to their highest level of success. I mean, he's been everywhere. I mean, you and how many restaurants now? Is there 10?
No, we have 8, and we've always have some on the way that
Okay.
there. So these are the 2 appetizers we make,
Okay.
and you guys can try it, please. I know how much you like the Cordero Sauvignon Blanc, so
That's right.
we're gonna share. Can I get
That's
a
our
glass?
go-to.
Yes. All right, I want to move this over so you can see us.
Can you see how's mine? I think mine's good, right?
Yeah, yours is good. Okay. So just
People think that they have a twist off cap, they think it's a cheap wine. It's not a cheap wine, Robert Badavi is one of the most famous, renowned winemakers. He took a bunch of managers and told them, what don't you like about opening a bottle of wine? They say, you know what, I hate cutting that foil off on the top, and then I have to put it away, and then the cork, kind of stays stuck in there and never comes out. So I hate to just kind of there. And then he's always, I hate to have a rag and drip it and turn it. Well, he made a spout-proof, kind of like a detergent bottle, that when you put the wine in there and you put it this way, it works. Okay. A lot of people say, how long does the wine last? As long as you keep it airtight, with out of the sun, out of any type of light, the open wine will last about a week.
oh, okay.
About a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so,
good.
I like the screw off because it's easy access.
Yeah. And Robert Badavi is all about the the environment. That every time the bottle goes to recycling, they have that foil, so that foil,
Yeah.
the bottle will just be rejected. So
Yeah, she's
yeah.
fixed.
Can I
Okay.
get a wine
Yeah.
glass?
Sorry.
Or do you want to sit here in the middle?
No, not at all. We're here.
Okay.
We're here. We're here. That's okay. This is the wine glass. Yeah,
This looks beautiful.
does.
Yeah, I actually every time I
I'll
get a
tight
bottle
Yeah.
Get
of
tighted.
Yeah, tight in. Hold on.
what do you call it? A bottle of
This one,
wine.
Micah.
It's like you're out and then you don't have the corkscrew and you're like sort of
Yeah.
angry.
Exactly.
I mean, we've all been there where you're like, oh, I don't have it. Let me use my keys
Yeah.
Yeah.
or a table knife. Oh,
Almost had a.
like my table.
Yeah.
Everyone's had that moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, everybody settled?
Yes, we're settled.
Settled
We're moving and grooving throughout the
Yeah,
restaurant.
yeah. Well, you're at one of my restaurants. This is the Goat, which is A lot of people don't know what the GOAT means, but people that do, it's greatest of all time.
That's right.
And we felt that was an appropriate name for our sports bar here.
Yeah.
And it's great. We have 2 floors of sport and fun.
I know.
And it gets pretty busy in here, and we have a great happy hour going on, along with football seasons now. This is like the best time for sport because, well, you had the World Series, which ended pretty quick.
Yeah.
Thank you. Which ended pretty quick, and you have basketball starting, you have hockey starting, and we're really good friends with a lot of the Caps, and I know you must have heard when the Caps came to town.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
So that was great. And Don Tito is just a block away, and that was great publicity for Don Tito, and it's great that they gave back because we've always taken care of them for all these years, and it was nice that they chose Don Tito to have
that's
their first
awesome.
host party.
Yeah.
Those guys are crazy too.
Yeah, I
They
tried.
know how to party.
I tried to get into that party. I called, my friend over there. I was like, I want to come to the party.
Yeah.
Did not even respond.
Wow,
Because
if
I'm
you
sure
only-
everybody
if you
wanted to
only
go.
if you only knew the owner a lot sooner.
I know, right?
Dang it.
Dang
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But A-Town, all kinds of athletes hang out at the A-Town.
Yes, yeah.
The
We're
Sunday
famous,
brunch.
but we're famous for that Sunday fun day brunch.
Yeah, because I
And
know a
it's-
lot of girls
yeah,
like the athletes. They go there looking.
Definitely.
Write that
Yeah.
down,
Yeah,
ladies.
yeah.
They all
I
hang out at
just-
A-Town,
yeah, I was
Boston.
hanging out there
Yeah.
yesterday,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
yeah, it's funny because a friend of mine, they say they're going to brunch. Can you make a reservation? I say, yeah, 11. He goes, we'll probably be done by 2. Okay, I get there around 7, and they're still at the place.
Yeah, 'cause it's
it's
lit.
actually like a black hole that just sucks you in.
Yeah, because it's like also like a club night party night.
Yeah. It's not so.
Yeah.
I mean, it serves its purpose, and
Yeah.
we try to bring something different to Arlington, and so far so good.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
so we got to go back because I'm a native Arlingtonian,
Okay.
and you are from
The Bronx. Yes, New York
So,
City.
what brought you to Arlington? What vision did you see early on? Like, what happened?
Well, I used to be in the pizza business, and that's actually what brought me here. So from New York, I moved to Jersey. Okay, and I met my partner there. He's 20 years older than me, and I started working for him. And then he asked me if I want to move to Virginia, and I was like, no. Jersey is my last stop. I'm not moving any more south. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So he goes,
Virginia
just
is the
take a
South.
look. Just take a look at it. Just take a look. So you know what? I went and take a look at it, and I said, wow, it's not that bad. It's
Right.
pretty nice here.
Yeah.
So I wind up going. My first restaurant down here was Pharaoh's Mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And being in the fast food kind of fast casual like Bronx Pizza.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, I took that, and then I took it to another level by opening at Potomac Mill, Springfield Mall. I was at Tice's Corner, basically all the malls. And then 10 years later, I was about 30, maybe 32 years old. Sabaro's Pizza gave us an offer we couldn't refuse.
Wow.
So Sabaro, I'm sure a lot of people know Sabaro's
Oh, yes.
Pizza.
absolutely.
I
They're
ate
like
there
on every
millions of
restaurant
times.
and
So good.
malls
Yeah.
and all that. So yeah, I got out, and then I decided that I want to put my culinary skills to work. So I started opening more of a fine dining Italian restaurant back in the day and everything. I've been doing it for 44 years now.
Really?
Knock on wood. Yes.
44 years. I mean, I'm not trying to
44,
stroke
yeah.
your ego, but I can't.
Yeah.
Well, we're
we-
counting because you started cooking at 9. Is that how we're coming up with that
13.
number? 13. Okay.
13.
It's
So
okay.
that's how we get to
Okay.
44
I was
years.
gonna say like
Yeah.
it's because you were working when you were a kid. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I definitely, you gain experience even at 13 because you learn,
Yeah.
you learn something. You learn how to make dough. I learned how to switch the oven on. I learned how to make pizza.
Yeah.
I learned how to take care of customers. So
Right.
even at that age, I did learn something.
Yeah.
And then in 44 years, I've had many restaurants. Knock on wood, I've never ever closed a restaurant, but I've turned them around to making them a different concept, and that's what I do. A lot of it's a tough business for people that don't have the experience and just want to get into it. They think it's so easy, but what happens is they don't realize the hours they have to put in.
Yes.
And the hours start wearing them down. and they see just a little picture, and you know, they start getting tired and start making mistakes, and that's why a lot of restaurants do go out of business. You know, they might, you know, you got these famous chefs that might know the back of the house, but they don't know the front of the house. Oh, you got these great general managers and sommeliers that, you know, they know the front of the house, but they don't know the back of the house. And so I recommend that you know it all. You know,
That's actually really important.
and so, you know, if you really want to get into restaurant business, I feel that, you know, if you never worked in a restaurant, you should go work for a corporate restaurant. Get that corporate experience first. Work for an independent restaurant. Gain as much experience as you can. You know, and you know, some people approach me at 50 years old. They want to get in the restaurant business. Well, they're kind of doing it backwards because, you know, like the Dalai Lama said, you know, from 20 to 30, you should be, you know, gaining all the mistakes you can, make as many mistakes as you can, and enjoy it. You know, at 30 to 40, you should start looking for some type of mentor. And by 40 to 50 is when you should kick some butt and start opening your business and focus just on that. And that should be the target. And then he told me when I hit 60 that I should be playing golf every day and,
Oh yeah.
and not in here. So
And then 70, go back to baseball.
That's right. I love it.
yeah, I flick the TV on and baseball's there.
And then we still
Look it on right here.
exactly.
Exactly, yeah. But you know what? Let's cheers to
Cheers.
Oh,
cheers
cheers
to
so
today.
much.
A little bit of Sauvignon Blanc from Cordero Wines.
Cordero
Cheers.
Wines.
And
But I like that too because, you know, when you talk about bringing it back to the setting the table, setting the experience, right? When you're doing these dates, bring them flowers. We talk about this all the time. You guys want to set yourself apart from other suitors? Bring your girl flowers. Or
Flowers.
Bring your, or they will not expect you like, oh, sign me up.
Yeah.
It's true. Ask any of the girls. You know
Yeah,
who
because you could
are.
say, you know, he was a little like, you know, maybe to have the muscles that I like, but you know what? I'm gonna give him a chance.
Yeah.
You know, because brought me flowers.
I agree those flowers. I'm not the flower guy, but I did it.
But you're this guy.
I did it last week.
Yeah, does it work?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it
See?
was like a crying moment. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll get them every week.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard it.
They work every
work.
time.
They make you happy and your house smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's effort, like, right?
Effort.
So little things that are saying appreciate, you know, how much you appreciate that other person. Those are like, what is it, the main three in relationships to keep them going is, you know, food, sex, and effort.
Effort.
Yeah, that's really
That's a
it.
big one.
I mean, that's really it.
Those three,
Yeah, he's like, that's pretty
those three on the
much
top
it.
of the list.
Right. And I even tell, like, you know, women too, like, you know, what do you wear when you go to bed? I'm not saying
Okay.
every night, but you know, like, you know, are you on flannel PJs?
Yeah.
You can't do that every night.
You can keep her warm and she'll wear something sexier.
Exactly. Or nothing.
Right.
Or, but you know, like, but I know, like, men like a little visual, so,
I
you
think
know,
that's true too. And
a nice negligee.
right. Yeah. But I would think so too that, you know, when you do like get up in the morning and you are confident, you wash your hair, do your hair, put on your face, you know, go out there. It does bring confidence.
Yes.
You know, and you're putting in effort. Like I said, it goes
I
back
think
to
in the
effort.
dating scene that'll happen, but I think it kind of wears off when you get married.
But that's, you know what, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
And maybe that's why, you know,
They get
70% of the couples in this country are, you know, divorced.
Right.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend, and a lot of the friends I've had now, they've been married 20 years, and they're like, their marriages are ending, and it's because, you know, like, I think they weren't trained, like, what they needed to do to make it last, or it's the same fundamentals, right? Like,
Right. Knowing their love language, how
Love
to like,
language.
how to communicate, you know, putting that effort.
I just think they
Like,
take, you know,
huge.
after so many years, they just take the relationship for granted.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happens.
yeah, and then a new
So,
strumpet walks in the room, and I was like, whoa, she's hot.
Yeah.
and the girls like to go away when there's long, you know, when they feeling bad and everything. And
Yeah.
then they meet Big Joe from Jamaica.
Oh, yeah. Like Eddie Murphy? Dexter, I think his name was.
Definitely.
I'm sure dating in here has a lot of questions for me, so so you can actually ask. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
Not
what
sure
are
if I'll answer them. but
Okay,
you can
all
ask.
right. Well, let's do the one about what qualities do you find attractive in a woman?
What qualities? I think everybody, you know, there's looks all the time, but I feel that looks are gonna be gone. You know, as much as you wanna get, your plastic surgery on or whatever, the looks are gonna be gone. So you gotta look behind the curtain and see what else is there. I feel integrity it's a big thing in my relationship. I think having that open relationship where you just let your spouse know that you have problems or you're doing you're trying to get things done and everything, and not let her in. And that's what I feel like a lot of my friends, they tell their wives what they need to hear, and that's it. And that kind of like then somebody else will probably be the ear and listening to them and everything. I like a woman that's rough, meaning not rough, not rough, but meaning I like her to be a jock. I like that she's not going to be dainty if I give her a little pouch on the arm or something. No, but playing sports and things like that. I really like that.
Yeah, like active.
I really like that in a woman because I feel like
a sporty spice.
Yeah.
He's like, sporty spice.
Yeah. Put those soccer shorts on.
Let's go kick that ball. No, that's interesting.
That is interesting because he's a Libra, and that's actually the Aries personality and Aries Libra opposites track. Yeah, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Okay, what about turn on and turn offs?
I think I feel that being in the bar business that I am, because some of my restaurants are bar, I feel that the woman shows her card off that night rather than keeping something to see later on or something else is to come and everything. So for me, that kind of a turn off that the woman is just gonna go out there, flaunt everything, and just feel like, okay, I'm here, and everything.
I'm here. Right.
Yeah, and I just feel like I think having that little disguise a little bit,
leaving something to the imagination.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that. I feel that way. And I see a lot of women just, at the bars that I go into, just, they have their, fun or whatever they want to have. But at the same time, I feel that they are looking for love and they are looking for romances, but they're not going to find it
like that.
Yeah, with the approach.
Yeah, that approach. No. Well, I want to go back to, because when you say about, being open, like I think a lot of things for mostly men, they're not, or they do not know how to be emotionally available. They think it's weak, or there's something that, I'm a man, I need to act this way. Like, to have that kind of connection that you're talking about, you do have to have the intellectual thing. So, but I think it comes from, parents and the grandparents and how their relationships were. So you see this thing, so it's about like kind of breaking those patterns. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I come from a background where, my mom was the cook, the dry cleaners, the bed, fixer-upper and everything. I don't want to say a housewife, but, kind of that direction. And what I feel that, right now, a lot of women have careers, so you kind of have to split the job or basically outsource it by getting a maid or something like that. So, I just think, that, for instance, my girlfriend, she's a designer. She has a workload like every day and everything else. So
she designed this restaurant too, right?
Yeah, she did.
This one and which other
actually,
one?
she designed all of them.
All of them.
That's
and
actually
your wine wine room, right?
Yes, yeah. Actually, that's how we met. We were friends for a long time, and just one day out of the blue, we just said, let's go out, and
That's awesome.
I was like, God, she's so expensive. Maybe if I date her, I'll get a discount on some of these fancy wallpapers that she's selling me.
Right.
So, but it didn't happen.
No discount.
Actually, I'm paying double now. Yeah.
Get more flowers.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, I think for me that's kind of.
That's good.
But you said you also like balance. Seems like you guys balance one another out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not so much of a talker. I'm really not. I'm just talking on
And
the
you're
show
like really
because
good.
they asked me to, but I'm really not a talker. But she is a talker. I felt like some days she talks so much that it's like I don't know if you've seen that. I forgot the name of the game where you kept on hitting it and it keeps on like vibrating until it disappears. So I kind of felt like that a couple times because she has a lot to say. She definitely has a lot to say.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's see. We talked about that. Okay, so we've got a couple more minutes before we got to wrap up. But what do you do about how to start your day? Because like how you start your day matters, especially for entrepreneurs.
Working out. I try to get up to kind of stimulate the blood and the muscles and everything. After that, I'm checking emails, making sure that everything is good to go. So more my position as president of the company is making sure that all the bills are paid for once. So I'm always checking, all the billing and invoicing and everything, and kind of focusing on the big stuff that needs to be done throughout the day. So that's what I do first, and then I leave the house and start hitting each restaurant. And I try to go to the restaurants that need help, that really need my help, and give them some type of direction to go in and fix problems. That's what I do.
Now, what time do you get up? Like what time do you start?
I get up at 7.
Okay.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
What time do you go to sleep?
12. 12.
Yeah.
But on the weekends later.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your weekends are very busy because I've been watching your stories on Instagram.
Yeah.
You're everywhere.
Well, I got young partners, and I let them take care of the nightlife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. I get in here with 20-year-olds, and then they see me, and they're like, what the hell is that old guy doing here? So, yeah. But
This guy's running this city.
That's right. That's what he's doing. FYI, write that down.
And then also, Don Tito's, which is
Right
Down the
across.
street,
a block away.
Yeah.
They were named best date night spot.
Date night spot.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I feel it's amazing how many people that we all know that have met at one of our restaurants, and they either went on to get married and have kids and live happily ever after. It's just I've never had that in any restaurant except in Arlington.
Yeah.
I feel that I don't know if people come here to look for.
Always like one of the biggest singles.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of singles. You're single, come to Arlington.
Yeah, come to Arlington. They're everywhere.
Exactly.
Don Tito.
You heard it from the ladies
I'm telling you.
that are pros.
That's right.
Dating with heels.
Exactly.
And then also your other restaurant, Barley Mac,
I was
Yes.
packed the other night.
named Best Happy Hour.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's more of our signature restaurant.
Yeah.
You don't go in there and see a bunch of TVs like you do here.
Yeah.
There's where you want to take your date.
Yeah, I think
if you
so.
wanted to go out in Arlington. And it's great because, there you get to show off your culinary skills more than, at the Goat and everything else. When I started at A-Town and people were coming, drinking and all that, and then they didn't come for the food. But then when they did try the food, they were like, oh shit, this is good.
Right.
They were like, they were thinking, they were going to get frozen fries and some frozen chicken wing or something.
Yeah.
But,
But I know you had a restaurant, Caribbean Breeze. They were known for their food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was the Caribbean side of me.
Yeah.
I love, what I loved about cooking Caribbean food, that there's so many texture of food, so many different sauces, and it was great to combine like a mango chutney with pomegranate, and it was just great.
That does sound good.
I'm really hungry.
Yeah, keep it Caribbean.
Yeah.
I used to, everybody knows what gnocchis are. They're made out of
Yeah, I
potato
love those.
and Italian. So I used to make them out of yuca.
Oh.
South American potato that goes
Yeah.
with every
Yeah.
Peruvian chicken dish around here.
Yeah, around
I
up
used
and down
to make
Wilson.
I used to make the gnocchis out of yuca, and and people were
that
like,
sounds
yeah,
good.
people were amazed of
Yeah.
the dish and all that. So yeah. I just like fusion, it would be boring. But then again, I feel that if you go out of the box too much, that the people are going to come to you maybe once a month or maybe twice. And so I feel to elevate American comfort food, just fresh ingredients, and just give them something a little better than a typical spaghetti meatball, make the meatball somehow better.
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
great tip.
and the people will come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bake it and they will come.
Well, we didn't do any baking today. I know how to bake a little. I just, you know what? I'm not the measuring type of guy.
Yeah,
So
I'm not so
baking
baking.
is all about measuring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have like a little ounce off, and
Yeah.
your whole cake is like,
Yeah.
It's not even rising.
Yeah.
So exactly.
yeah. So that's it.
And what's on tap for you? Like we're closing out 2018. We're already in the first week of November.
There's always something in the oven.
It's always something in the oven.
Here we go. can't wait.
There's always a fresh ingredients coming out. Yeah, you know, there are deals on the table, but we're kind of like experimenting and see which ones work for us and take it from there.
I like
but,
it.
but I'm pretty sure we'll make an announcement soon.
Oh, okay.
So you
Yeah.
almost see it here first. You almost heard it here
You
first.
almost did.
But if I have to come back on the show, you'll hear it first here.
That's
We'll hear
right.
it, yes.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I'll just interrupt them in the middle and say, hey,
Hey.
this is what's going on.
Yeah. I
and,
love it.
and pop out.
That's great. Well, that's all my questions. I mean, we guys got a lot of
Yeah,
we got a
information
lot.
today. I
Yeah.
can't wait to go back and
All
watch.
the fun,
I know.
time flies when you're
Cooking,
having
I
fun.
learned so many tips down there.
Yeah.
My culinary skills.
I'm like, I want to go home and cook
Yeah.
salmon right now, but I'm going to eat it
Yeah,
here.
And I have to
First.
tell you, in all fairness, I got here at 10 o'clock to, kind of get myself prepared. While I'm preparing, the power goes out for
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I was left in the dark. So I called Jen and I told her, I think we got to move spots. But then in a half hour, they came back on and I was able to
Whip it all
put
together.
it, put it in like 8th gear.
Didn't miss a beat.
Didn't miss a beat.
No.
And it was amazing.
But I think that also comes from all the years of practice. You've experienced all of this. Hurricanes, because we got
Flooding.
hit in
Yeah.
Harrington a couple years ago
Yeah.
really badly, right? No one had electricity.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've endured all this, and you just
Yeah.
a true professional.
I think we're getting ready for a big snowstorm this year. It hasn't come in a few years.
I don't
So-
say
Everyone
that.
keeps saying that, but I think it's next year.
We
Yeah.
love it.
I
Because
don't. I have to shovel my
Oh
driveway.
wow! Yeah, you live with all the deers out there and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, Arlington's really good about cleaning up the streets. They really
Yeah.
they
Well,
whip it
but
up.
not only
It's
that, nobody drives. So
Right,
Yeah.
everyone
just
walk
walk.
into the bars.
Yeah.
They're
They
like,
do
"Oh, it's
that.
been shut down." Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don Tito's.
Hot date night when
we
freezing.
text each other as partners. We're like, I think they're gonna close. I think at 7 o'clock, not yet. And then like 7:15, boom, they close. Everybody. So we staff up. Actually, some of the big snowstorms, what we have done, because a lot of our employees don't live in Arlington, we give them room and board at a hotel
Oh wow.
for the night or even for 2 nights, so they don't go home.
Yeah.
And we're able to be open because a lot of restaurants can't open and they don't have employees.
Right.
Whoa.
So we've
That's
been down
very
that
smart.
road many times.
Wow.
And
Make it work.
as soon as you walk in, the people are like, "You're open, great," and they calling everybody else
Yeah,
to
come
come.
over.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, the bar is packed.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. There you go.
So,
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Mike, for being on the show today. We really appreciate it. We cannot wait to dive in and eat here.
yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was great. I really enjoyed it, and I hope the audience that was watching was able to, get some type of experience out of making a dish at home, and
Yeah.
Oh
take
yeah,
it from there.
we got lots of messages.
Yeah, there's a lot of good tidbits
Yeah,
in
they're
this
like,
show
oh, I want
today.
that, I want that. Looks so good. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's
There you
great.
go. You learned from the brilliant genius.
Look like a chef like Mike.
I love it. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank
Take
you
care.
so much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Happy
bye.
Monday.
Happy Monday.
See ya.